talking in the background.
Now we're not muted.
Up?
Now we're not.
All right, you gonna play the video?
Shh.
Oh, okay, sorry. What is it? Tuesday night talks, not for this. That is something completely different. I don't
You
even
want to play that
understand.
too? The doom, doom, doom.
No, it's
Ready?
okay because you already.
That's
That
like,
is so funny. I mean, somebody's on already.
yeah, I know. Somebody other one.
But I mean, it's up to you. You can go ahead and play that because the other one was like 10 seconds or something.
No, it's 30 seconds. But sorry.
Oh, okay.
All right, we're
Well,
gonna come
I
on
don't know.
camera.
Whatever you want to do.
You all right? Your face okay to come on camera?
I don't know. Is it?
I don't know. You put
I
that
don't know
scarf on your
either.
head.
Yeah, I mean, you got a scarf on your head too,
That's intentional.
and he's intentional.
Just being extra.
Extra, extra. Read all about it. Hey, hey, hey. Good evening.
You being extra.
How am I being extra? I just said good evening. What's extra about that?
No, I'm saying before that.
What was I doing? I was just making commentary. Hold on, I can't see the comments. Hey y'all, we see you getting on. We cannot see the.
Oh,
hey,
what's up, Philip?
Philip.
Now my name is Coach now, huh? It's like, of course you're gonna be on her side. You're supposed to be. Oh man, I'm about to say I gotta wake up, but I don't have to wake up really. I need to wake up. I'm tired.
Wakey, wakey.
Wake up, wake up.
Now you singing.
I wasn't being extra though.
Yeah, I'm gonna be reaching out to you, Philip, now soon
For what?
for my project.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's smart.
You gave him a shout out, so I mean
Yeah, that's smart.
jump on that.
Mm-hmm.
It's kingdom support. Kingdom support.
That's smart. Philip does a good job.
I know. I love Philip too.
Yeah.
So that helps.
He's a great guy. The elder Philip.
You wanna hey Nasia.
Naruto, what's going on?
Naruto.
It's somebody. It means her that name
Hi,
over there means
Celinda.
I love anime.
Celinda, I hope I pronounced that.
That's Selena. Hey,
Celinda.
It says Selena, child.
That it has a D in it, so it says Celinda.
Oh,
but I don't know if it's Celine. It could still be Selena and a silent D. But you was correcting me like
I didn't see it. Maybe I'm seeing. Maybe I need to go sleep.
Yeah. Is it a silent D or is it
no.
Celinda or well you said Selena.
Lord Jesus, I know who that is though. All right.
You sleepy?
I am.
Oh, amen.
The woman of God is correct. Yes. Okay. Sorry. There it is. All right. Yeah. I jacked up.
His eyes a little sleepy. Yeah, eyelash in his eye.
I did, and I'm just.
Yeah, you can see it's still a little red.
Still a little red. Okay, and I'm just getting myself together. You
tried to get on a little bit earlier than normal.
I'm adjusting myself to this. Why it looks like? I mean, it's funny sometimes. Like when I'm in the camera right now, it looks like, hey Mariah.
Hey Mariah.
You look so much bigger than me.
Oh, maybe because I'm up closer.
Yeah, I know you like to sit all close.
Do you? Oh, so I can see the comments. Like you always be talking about me reading the comments. So I got to be up a little closer to be able to partake.
I know you look like we look like cartoon characters. Like you look so much bigger than me right now on camera. You do.
That doesn't make us look like cartoon characters.
It just looks off though. It looks like
I see what you say. I mean, I can see it in the.
Yeah, compared
there
to
you go now. Do you feel better now?
No, okay. I'm fine. I can sit back. It don't bother me nothing. No, just stay right where you at.
If I sit back, it still doesn't work.
Stay right where you at. I don't need to be banging into your picture. All right, let's talk. Let's have our conversation tonight.
We're on a different side tonight.
Yeah,
I'm usually joining
we're on her side of the
the
office.
apostle.
I'm on her side. As we can see, there's a different layout. She has African print.
Oh.
As the alarms go off, she has African prints of the world. I have a world map too that she got from me. I just don't use it all the time. I need to put it
African
back up.
print.
Leopard
You
print.
sleepy? Just it's okay, baby.
Leopard print. Hey, Katrina.
Hey, Katrina.
And then you have these glasses back here, and you also have other pictures, and you have
So I
everything
think
in
they
the
can see that.
world
I think they can see that. We don't have to.
to-do list.
Are we giving a tour?
No, we're not giving no tour of our house.
Well, you know what the good. No, I'm saying of the background, but you know what the good thing is, like people can fast forward it if they watch the replay.
I know, that's true.
I'm sure some people be going past like.
Of course. All right, so real quick, we just want to, before we get
What?
started,
Okay.
we want to
I was saying we should have
reiterate.
a mark where we get started at.
6 minutes. We want to reiterate our marriage retreat that will be happening June the 27th to July the 1st. Okay, we already have people registered.
I know y'all are.
So register. Okay, it's going to be fun. When you go on our website, the Woman of God here, like when you go on there, you'll see it says it's $3,000. But again, at the bottom, if you scroll down before you get to that part, it will allow you to make a deposit. Okay, the deposit is 10% of that. So the deposit is $300. Okay. Now, what's included with the $3,000? That is you and your spouse. I mean, I just gotta keep saying this so people know. It's you and your spouse. Four nights. 4 nights. All inclusive. Food is, you got choices of all kinds of restaurants while you're there. No charge. Get as many places you want. Praise God. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. Hallelujah. All that stuff is included, and your stay, and a wonderful place to be at, because we've been there. Praise God. That's all I'm gonna say. That's enough. Okay. So I just want to make sure I reiterate that. But again, you can pay your deposit of $300, and it's taking place 11 months from now. So pay your deposit, and then with the deposit, as the Woman of God will say,
chunk it down.
That it'll allow you to start making payments monthly once you do the deposit option, if you don't want to do the full out payment. Okay, but if you do the full out payment, hey, it's out the way, and then you ain't got to think about it, and you got a whole vacation, and we're gonna have fun, and you're gonna be on vacation because we're going to Mexico. Okay, so we ain't going around the corner. That's why it's $3,000, and then you're gonna have fun. All right. So let's get into this conversation tonight. You want to start us off? Do you want to start off with
conversation again?
About the children thing, about the friends thing, or do you want to start with the other thing to do it like a?
Oh, either way, it doesn't.
So you choose. Go ahead. It's up to you.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by his toe.
All right, you wasting time, folks. Are stop. All right. So we have 2 conversations we want to talk about tonight. The latter will be more in depth, especially if you have children. Okay, because those that do not know, if this is your first time or you're watching us on replay, those do not know, we have 4 children. Okay, 4 children, starting with our oldest is 14. That sounds so hard every time I say that. Our oldest is 14. Our second one is 11. Our next one is 8. And the next one is 5. Okay. So we'll talk about that conversation, because we'll have a conversation about managing, being parents is such a unique thing, because I think a lot of times, this is a sidebar too, I think it's such a unique thing because even though you see your parents parenting, you're not like taking classes because you're a child.
Right. Exactly.
Or you're not sitting like, let me figure out how they're doing, because mind you, they're figuring it out too. And I think as parents, you're figuring out like how to parent your children and how to parent them. They're all different.
Exactly.
Keeping things general, but understanding how you have to approach them differently. Right. Yeah. There's nobody get like different set of rules. It's just how do you handle and deal with them. So I might as well talk. I might as well go right into it, because we can.
Yeah, I think that's it's such a interesting thing, because there's no manual. You can read like so many different things, but like you said, like each child is different, so you have to govern accordingly. And then even like with knowing your parents and stuff like that, and seeing it still doesn't prepare you for your children. Like it's still a whole different dynamic once you start getting into it,
1000%.
But hey, prophetess.
Cause my hey mom, our son, like, it's funny because like
oh yeah, I forgot we're not on a church one, so I can say mom.
He is totally different than me. All right. He's totally, who's that? It says Kyra. All right. All right. Nice to see you. Thank you for being on. Yes,
hey,
I can't make sure I'm saying it. Is that Kira? Kyra? I'll make sure I'm saying it right. Okay. But our children are so different. Like my son is totally different than me growing up. Like just totally different. So the point the conversation we're going to have with our 5-year-old now coming in here and wants to lay on somebody is that how do you, oh man, I don't know if I even want them hearing this conversation.
Right. Now, any other time, like y'all know, before she used to always come in on, but she haven't been on here in a while. I guess she was like, I'm gonna make my appearance.
So the question, or the, like, if you have children, this is going to make sense though too, and if you have children that are old enough yet, you'll experience this, is the handling of your children based upon their friends that they have, right? Because again, we can't, like, there's like a fine line with this. There's a fine line. Like, let's say they have a friend or friends or group of people, you're like, I don't know if I don't feel, especially us being like the way we're wired. Okay. Right. We wired by the Holy Ghost. So it might be things we're seeing and like,
right. It take the whole red flag to another level.
Yeah, it does. So it's like you're trying to allow your kids to learn and develop and, go through friendships and go through, understanding friends and how to, navigate through those relationships. But then at some time as a parent, you like, I don't know if I want you being friends with this one or that one, or, Dylan, I don't know if I want you being friends with this one, or Yana, I want you to be friends, or Dynasty, I want you to be. It's like, it's a navigation. So it's like, what we're going to talk about is like, how do you navigate that? Right. And there's no right or wrong answer to this. Because again, everybody's different, but you have to, and this is just my opinion, I think you have to measure, how well you've trained your children at home, right, compared to the level of where you think those people can or their friends, no matter how, because mind you, your friends change with age and circumstances and situations and growth and development. But how do you manage? Okay, let me make my point. I believe it's a measurement of how you raise your children at home to a degree, of how they're able to manage their friendships, their relationships that they'll have in grade school, middle school, and high school. I think that how they're dealt with at home, or what is instructed at home, and how things are, talked about, because sometimes things ain't talked about, or you got to make sure people ain't manipulating. But the thing is that I think it's about a measurement of home first, how to handle that. You want to go ahead, throw something in there?
I agree with that. As far as it just deals with what you instill in your child, because I know we can both attest about just certain things that we've experienced and come up against and dealt with growing up. But if we're talking about child, it's because of like what you said to them, the conversations you had. And a lot of times you see where children kind of start going a different way, because a lot of times, especially, sad to say, this was like a lot, especially in the church, because a lot of times certain conversations wouldn't be had in the church where they might be had outside of church. Like I remember being in school and I was literally in kindergarten.
Hey, Katrina.
And, we kind of knew about things that we probably shouldn't have known about. Like I remember this boy, he brought us behind a chalkboard and he flashed us. Like me and this other girl, like stuff like that. Like, you don't really think though that, I think that's why I think so differently even with the kids, because of stuff that I saw when I was younger. You don't really be thinking like things like that are coming up at such a young age. And I can go through some more things that I said, but that I've seen, but I'm not going to go into that. Even in different grades where you wouldn't think that, like at certain ages, you would be exposed to that. But the reality of it is, different children are being exposed to different, everybody lives in a different household. So you're getting people coming in schools and different things that are okay with certain things that you might not be okay with.
Right.
So that's why it's so important, like, to have different conversations. And it's so important that we do take the time to have the conversation multiple times, not just like once, but actually like get that thing in there. Of course, along with prayer, because like my mom she'd be praying people away. Like, but there's people, that like I might feel, if I feel uncomfortable about, being around, my child or something like that. Like you might feel, I think for us, like I kind of feel like we have the advantage. I mean, I'm not trying to be, but that's just how I feel. Because, we can pray about it, but even with prayer, we still have to be mindful to have those important conversations so that,
hey Jazz,
they know what's going on. They know, okay, you shouldn't be touching me there. They know, okay, I don't believe in this, or no, I'm saying like you don't, just like I saw somebody post about like even things with girls as they get older, like having those conversations, because sometimes, and even like with sex, like you have to be willing to have, because you don't know how young these children are exposed to different things. And even us, we think, even sometimes like with generations that younger, like even it was on mom or grandma, like they're being exposed to different stuff now at a younger age, because the enemy's trying. Like I saw something online, I don't know if anybody else saw, where somebody was saying about like the Roblox now, like how they have on there where you can actually, like, the people have intercourse on the Roblox. There's a way, and I'm like, that's so crazy, because you have like little kids and they're exposing them to this stuff and different, and it's coming from like a lot, of course, media, but even like the whole situation with like there's so many different influences that if you don't have those conversations, they're planting seeds in their minds before we have a chance to plant the seeds in their minds. So now, they're like, oh, okay, well, what is this? Or let me explore this or this and the other, especially dealing with other kids that their parents are okay with certain things or their parents don't monitor things.
Yeah, I think like I can't say certain things I was about to say. Because it's like no, because no, it's like I'm just thinking about how, because I coach kids and I'm with kids high school all the time like this, so it's like a different monster of how I see like what certain kids can do. Like it's based upon household, like we just talked about. So like let me ask you this question. Well, it's a question or point too, because
Hi,
then
Katrina.
like how much,
hey Jazz,
how much exposure is needed? Like this is the thing too as well. Like I don't want to. Okay, our kids to a degree, I know they're
right,
not.
Anasia.
Our kids to a degree are sheltered. They just are like, and I think I think it's not a bad thing, but they also are get exposure too. Hey, Davanya, but I think that they're sheltered to a certain degree, which because you try to keep it sheltered, you try to expose them at levels of where you think they should be exposed at, but that's the other side of it. Is the question becomes like, yep, and they're going to expose age appropriately. Question, like, but see, that's the thing too. Now, that's the point I'm about to get at, because now what's being exposed or what's being talked about, even in schools and different elements, it's like, what is age appropriate? Like now, it's like they're exposing these kids to sexual orientation in certain areas in 4th, 5th grade. So
4th and 5th, child first.
Well, yeah, they are too, but they're talking about the gender thing in 1st and 2nd. Now.
Yeah.
So it's like, what age is or is not appropriate? So it's becoming a thing of like with them having friends and what like I think, like I said, it goes back to the household thing of just telling the kids what's right, what's wrong. And also I think the other thing too that I've learned, that when kids have friends, is, are they being affirmed at home?
Right.
Like that's one of the manipulations of the enemy, that he'll take their friends. Like if it's a friend that you may or may not care for, you may care for me, you may not. You might like the friend, right? But then what happens is that friend starts having so much more influence over the child than the parent does. And sometimes that happens by affirmation. Right. So like one of the things I would try to do, and I've my wife will try to do. Like I try to kiss on all my girls like all the time, just hug them and kiss them, all three of them, because I don't want them to get some kind of affirmation from some little boy or some little girl in any way to make them feel like, oh, you're so beautiful, oh, you're so wonderful, oh, you're so yes, Tamil, you did read this properly. You did, because we're gonna get to the second part at the end. Okay, we'll get to the second part at the end. Like, but yeah, we talk about all kind of random stuff. But I think that the thing is that I think that if there's affirmation in the household, then I think that will also help, even with the friend selection. The friend may not have the influence that the other friend may or may not have. So I think that is so needed. That there's affirmation at home, there's development at home, there's understanding at home, so that when they're dealing with their friends, like the friends that you may or may not like, they can still be strong in their morals, and having an open door to talk to them about their friends. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes I just try to tell my kids, I say, man, just tell me everything. Like, you're not going to be in trouble. That's what I tell them. Like, just tell me anything and everything. You're not going to be in trouble. You're not going to be in trouble. Yeah. You're not going to be in trouble, because they'll hold things that they'll hear somebody else say and think they will be in trouble by telling us, like, no, you're not going to be in trouble. I just need to know what's going on and what's going down. You want to add anything to that?
No, PG-13 I think
is actually rated R now. Yeah.
Question. No, I think that was a
right.
A good point. Just because even like with the whole conversation piece, like, making sure you're having conversations, because like their friends have more of their ear and are talking about things. And I love, like, just like you said, like being open to talk about like certain things.
Right.
So we try to be open, to talk about, so that they can feel free to be able to talk about certain things, because I think that's really something that's important. I did have something else to say, but I forgot.
Well, something. Well, I'll let it come back to your mind. Something else that you've kind of made sure that you try. Like, we don't do it all the time, but you try to make sure you emphasize it, and you've been emphasizing it even more lately. It's just like the no tablets, no phones at the table, to like talk at the table. Like, ask, how's your day going? How's your day go? How'd your day go? Like, it's funny because at school, like when school's going on, they'll open up more. You know what I mean? And the other part of it is, like, I'll find this out with Dylan more so. Like, he will open up to us, but he opens up to like my mom more, right? And my mother-in-law more. Like, he'll open up to them and just say things. Like, so, like, and the funny thing is, like, they'll come tell us, but I try not to be like, oh, Grandpam told me. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I know.
I just try to be mindful of like what was said. Like this one right here, touch her, Jesus. I ain't gonna say what she said. You remember? I'm gonna be saying it out loud in front of everybody.
I don't know. Do I say?
No, because she tried to tell my mom she had a boyfriend.
Oh God.
And said, don't tell my parents.
Yeah, they always talk to Mom Pam about that part. I don't know. I'll be like, is she asking them questions about it?
Right.
Because that's usually where it starts. But yeah, I think that's important, to be able to have those conversations with them, and actually like let them know that it's okay. It's okay to not be a part. Like, I know one of the things I talk about.
We try to, Eric. We try to as much as possible.
My son. Yeah, we try to. Yes.
Like, everybody eats. We don't. Sometimes we might not all be there at the same time, but usually be one, either me or Pastor Yah. We try to one of us be there with them.
It's according to
schedules.
Or we'll do like groups.
Yeah. Shift.
Or we'll do like sometimes like a dessert or something, like all together. Something. Yeah,
eating cookies.
We'll try to. Yeah, that's what we do.
We did that night. Everybody eat cookies. No dinner. Everybody's eating cookies.
Yeah, we have already ate our dinner. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's important too, because these electronics, they are just like another.
Oh my God! It's a whole nother person.
It's a whole nother person. Like, you're in
lesson.
Like, everybody be walking around like so. It's crazy. But I was saying, one of the things I thought about even when thinking about this was just the fact of, like, I remember, this probably is I don't know, but I remember when we were watching the Whitney Houston movie, And in the movie, like her friend, like who was her best friend,
oh yeah,
you know, she had feelings for her or whatever. But I love the part that like Whitney, just like despite of, you know, how she was feeling and how she, you know, she was making her feel, she still was like, no, I'm gonna go, I want to have a family, I want to do this, that, and like I want to do the right
but
thing.
that
Like
wasn't. But you know what's so bad though about the
she wanted to
situation?
do right by it. Not to say
But
everything was perfect, like after, but I'm just saying like she still wanted to like have
she
a
did.
family, and she wanted to have like she wanted to kind of do
But that wasn't because of her
what
her
she.
parents and family and structure.
Oh, did
It
I
was.
say that?
I'm just saying
I'm
that.
just saying I think that that's a good thing. Like just knowing, okay, like this is what
But where
I
the influence came
want.
from, I guess. Well, I guess it came from family. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what she saw somehow. It was influence coming from somewhere because
True.
as children, there's always things that we see that will influence us, whether it's media or whether it's family or whether it's Aunt Bobo or somebody else. If I don't see like a healthy marriage like right in front of my face, like my immediate parents, like my mother and my father, but I see Aunt Bobo has that or my grandparents have that, then I still have something that I can look to.
Right.
So I don't know where the influence might have came from, but there's always different areas that can influence us, especially as we're growing, or different factors. Like sometimes it goes the opposite way. Whereas if you saw your mom, you know, struggling and stuff, it's like, no, I want to have a family. I want to do this. So it can work so many different ways. So I'm just saying, I just acknowledge the fact that like just them being confident in, and that's what I always try to tell the kids, like be confident in who you are
Right.
and what you want. Like don't feel like you have to do anything to, in a sense, you know, make other people feel.
Cut there or something. Is that what you have Vaseline for?
Oh, don't pull it.
I'll just make sure you see it. It's okay.
No, I don't see it.
It's just like a little mark right there. I'm sorry to distract you.
Yeah. I forgot where I was.
Bobo, I'm Bobo.
But yeah, but I think that, I mean, I don't know. When I was watching a movie, that just stood out to me so much because it's almost like, you know, what you. I mean, I don't know what her mom. I can't say that I know exactly what her mom instilled in her or put in her or anything like that. But I mean, I wouldn't think that it would be other than that from just knowing.
Yeah.
So I think like what you instill in them, you know. Don't mind, I'm just old school. I don't want to implement that.
I would
That's cool.
I don't know. I just like like I said, it's an interesting dynamic.
Exactly.
Of like telling your kids like don't be around this person. Or don't like to me if it's like the don't be around this person is like it's a definite don't be around if they're like, you know, out here carrying guns or, you know, stealing and looting, just doing crazy stuff. Like that's a no-brainer. But then it's like we talked about having the Holy Ghost, and you can just sense like certain character flaws that you like, oh God, like no. You know, I think you have to, I think to a degree sometimes, this is just me, I think you have to let your kids work through those kind of relationships, and just make sure that those relationships are not too influential, like to cause them to stray or to cause them to. But again, like I said, we can't. You know, one thing we have to do, we have to pray and we have to train. That's it. And then you have to hope that your kids at a certain time they make the right decisions based upon training. And again, training is not like when we see that, like we be like train, like you know, training means I begin to develop your mindset around a certain thing or a certain way. So I think it's important.
My God, my arm.
Yeah, no, she's out. My goodness, Jeez. Lord, she is out.
You'll see that,
out, man.
Oh, nush.
Stop parading my child like that.
Child, how about parading her?
We had her on the camera like her eye looking like she like. Oh,
slaughtered. I didn't know I showed her. Will you hold her? My arm hurt. Yeah, I'm gonna take her upstairs.
Yeah. Sometimes I think helping kids understand the difference in the type of people. Examples, characteristics of a friend and a close friend versus social acquaintance. Yeah, I think that helps too. And I think, but see, another thing is too, this is where only time like outside of their outside of the like I said, the stuff that I would definitely pull my kids away from. If I know someone was like completely like breaking the law, that kind of stuff like that. But also, I think it's important to talk to, like, if you notice your kids are in a relationship where it's manipulation, like if you see like like they have to understand like what friendship actually is compared to someone who's actually just using them. Because you'd be like kids at that age know how to use kids, not even being friends. Like they just know how to use someone. And that's crazy how that behavior um, can operate and function in children. So I think that's important too, to teach them like what friendship is as a reciprocation. It's not a it's reciprocal, so it's not like a I'm using you for this or I'm using you for that, or like what how like ask questions like, well, what makes y'all friends? Like just and one of the things I think, like I try to, outside of the disciplinarian stuff. Desi, what's up, my man? Hey Des, man, I hope I have a voice by Friday, man. I'm telling you, I don't know how I don't know, man. And I gotta preach tomorrow too, man. I gotta keep my voice right because I need a voice by game day. But yeah, I think that it's important to really understand that and know that, like, yo, are they my friend, or they're just operating out of like they know they can get this from me, or they know they can this person will do this paper for me, and I could just say whatever behind them and do all that kind of stuff like that. I think, yeah, I know, bro. I got to get it done.
What you gotta get done?
Look, Desi, so funny, y'all. Hey, this is a sidebar, yo. This is so funny. I shouldn't do this though, but I'm sorry. That's one of my coaches, right? So I was on here. I'm sorry, this is sidebar. That's when I was first on here talking to my wife, right? This is what I'm doing. I was sitting here right while she was talking.
Always.
Throat. Yeah, I just actually had some throat coat tea. While she's sitting here talking, when she was talking, my wife was talking about her point, man. This is what I was doing. Sitting here watching Linda. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that though, because I know you get kicked out of that.
Always.
But how old is old enough to talk about spiritual things with kids and warning them about certain things they shouldn't do or be around? Lord, I think that is based upon again, I think that's based upon environment. Like I think like it's funny though. I feel like with our kids now, I feel like each one of them, I feel like we have to have the conversation sooner because they're more exposed by their older siblings to a degree. Like I said, like Dreams talking about like a boyfriend. I Dylan at 5 wasn't talking about a girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like that wasn't even a conscious even thought.
Yeah, they wasn't talking about boyfriend.
She wasn't at 5. No, she wasn't. But I think it's like because I think they can hear. She hears Yane talking with her friends. She's going to middle school, so it's like she's growing at a faster rate. So I think it's a discernment of as the spirit leads you, but also the discernment of the environments of where your children are, who's around them, and what kind of conversations they're exposed to a degree. That's what I think. What you think about that?
How old is old enough to talk? I mean, I feel like you can talk about. I think you can talk about it to children, um, as young as can be. Like, of course, you're not going to talk about certain things, but I mean, you might just like if they're two or something like that. Even if they can't talk, you might just throw a Bible story in there. Just say, oh, about no, like just like throwing little conversation pieces in there or certain things in there, even at a young age. Because when you think about it, like they're still, even sometimes when they can't communicate, they're still taking everything in.
Mm-hmm.
So even like I know, even with my mom, like when I was growing up and stuff like that, and like just being in church, like I saw like it was pretty much like an example of, I guess, like what you should like this is what I was seeing. So it kind of helped in grooming me. And it helped me just in a sense, like even when I kind of would want to go astray, I didn't, just because of like just that foundation, even from a young age, like, being in prayer, being in shut-ins when I was crawling and didn't know what was really going on, but I was still in that environment. And I believe, people might not, I believe all of that is a part of just making it and instilling. Because sometimes we think even like with the kids, like if they're there and they might not, we feel like, oh, they might not understand what's going on or whatever. We still have to understand like God is able to reach those children even in that situation. I mean, that's what I believe, but whatever. I believe that like the environment, even them being in an environment, is still impacting them in some type of way, even as children and babies. Because I believe even when you conceive a baby, you have the child in your womb. Because even when we think about like how even like different music and things that are like they tell you that it actually impacts the baby and 100%. Their thinking and different things. So why couldn't being in the Holy Spirit, or why couldn't being, when they're younger, just taking them in prayer room with you? I know my mom used to do that. And even with our kids, like taking them in prayer with you, even if they, if they're like 1 or 2 or 6 months, whatever, like just still from a I think that's all a part of training up a child, because it's not really like a definite age group. Like this is when I should do it. No, I'm going to do it from when I come into the knowledge, and I can start pouring that into you. Or even if it's something like me praying for you, even if I'm reading like one scripture a day and I'm like, come in here with me. Right. We're just going to read. And I'm not saying that I did this all the time. It was something that you have to kind of discipline yourself to do that. I'm just saying that just for the context, because sometimes people go, it's easy for, but it's not. It is a discipline, and something that I think is good though to do. Like I'm gonna read, mommy's gonna read the scripture, so I'm gonna let you hear, because that's even like with me in prayer. Like I saw my mom praying, like she taught me at a young age how to pray, like when we didn't have anything. And when there was times that we needed money or we needed food, and we would pray, and like we would be able to get, even if it was something small, like I remember we like it'll be a cheeseburger and we'll half it and eat it, but we still, like, God still provided. And that's not like, that's something simple, but there's been other times. But all of that just taught me like to have faith in God, because like I saw, and because my mom said, we got to pray about this, we don't have this, or this is happening, or whatever. And even in those times, like I saw God at a young age move. So even to this day, like, even when I try to think of different things, like that faith comes back. Like, it's just like, okay, whatever, I'm still going to, I still believe. Like it just built up something else in me from a young age. So I don't think it's a definite, I think you start as soon as you can with that.
I think, just going to say something about what Katrina put up about the Halloween thing. I think that, well, one of the things I remember growing up, so my parents were divorced. So I lived here in Jersey with my dad. My mom was in Georgia. She had moved back to Jersey like my fourth through sixth grade year, and then she moved back here my senior year. And me and my mom were real close. But I remember like there were times a year like my dad would let me be at my aunt's house a lot. Both my aunts, my Aunt Iris, my Aunt Marianne. One of the things we would do, my Aunt Marianne would have us to pray, especially the summertime. Oh man, we prayed every Tuesday. We had to read a story in the Bible, and we would pray. And each person would have to pray for about 5 minutes. We all be on our knees on the couch, and like that instilled something in me. Allowed me to evaluate just like everything I even had, even with my friends. Even though I didn't do everything right all the time, like I always had that thing in me. Even when I remember when I was in college, I could act up as crazy as I wanted to, and it'd be like Sunday, I'm going to church. Like I would drive home every week. There was times I drove home high as a kite, like, and was like, I still gotta go to church. Because it was just still instilled in me, like, I got to give God his day. Even I've been acting nuts all week. I think that, like, all that training, even though my friends were trying to influence me, like, man, what you doing? You got to go. Yes, I got to go to church. Like, I just have to go because, like, my friends or different things would never shake that foundation. But to go back off of something I think I saw Katrina said about Halloween. So my aunt, one of the things that she would always do for us is that because we didn't celebrate Halloween, she'd be like, y'all don't have to go to school today, and y'all can sit here and play Nintendo 64, I think at the time. And we were like, yes, like, you know what I mean? Like everybody else is at school. Everybody else got to, they still at work. They may have a little parade on it, but we were like, yo, we get to be at the crib and play NBA Live and all day long and play like Madden. Like we was hyped about that. So it was like, one of the things that's real interesting is that with kids, this is a whole other thing too. With kids, with stuff that are borderline with things, we have to like figure out a way that it still is exciting for them to a degree.
Yeah.
Like we can't like be like, yeah, you can't do this. And everybody, all the other kids out here busting down candy. and you like the kids are sitting like, I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, I think you have to figure out. That's why a lot of people start doing a Hallelujah night, and I'm cool with all that kind of stuff because you've got to. I think there's nothing wrong with having an alternate, but you also have to explain like what
Yeah.
has happened. Honestly, Halloween actually was a holy situation beforehand, but I got time to do with that. It had been taken over by how people look at it now. But the reality is that same thing like St. Patrick's Day. But anyways, but I think it's important to have your kids to be able to still be like be kids. Like, you know what I mean? Like our kids, I'm not denying my kids from going to dances, right? Some people are like, oh, can't go to the dance. That's on like no, because now you're gonna have them like living like in such a cube that they're gonna feel like they're missing something, right? And really they're gonna find out they're not really missing much, but you allow them to, you know, go to prom, right? I mean, most of the saints now letting the kids go to prom, but there was a day people be like no prom at all, like you can't go to prom. They're gonna be there dancing, and it's like, mm, like you better let like still govern yourselves accordingly, but let them go to prom. You know, like there's things they have to experience. That's just my opinion. Because again, but for certain things that we saw like Halloween, like figure out. I think there's a way to figure out an alternative option to make it seem as though the kids are still gonna have a good day instead of them wanting to. Even though you explain it to kids, they're still want to be with other kids, and sometimes they struggle with that. They still want to be with their friends. The good thing was I had my cousins, so we would all just be like playing Nintendo 64 all day, and we was ecstatic that we didn't have to go to school. We weren't even thinking about Halloween by that time. Yeah. Um, had received a lesson about witches. My grandma exposed her, witches not being of God because his program said they were having a magic show and all the kids need to grab their spell books. I know. That's the kind of stuff. It's getting real loose with this stuff. Because and the thing is we're coming into greater knowledge and understanding about this stuff. And it's almost like a training mechanism. So like it's like I give you another story. I use a personal story. This makes it easier for us for our kids, right? So I think one of our kids' friends was kind of doing I don't know if it was that a smart or something like that, whatever the heck it's called. They were doing somebody was doing something. I can't remember what it was. But my daughter brought it to me and showed something to me on TikTok and said, Dad, is this witchcraft? Like, and I was like, yeah. And I began to explain it to her. But the thing is, this goes back to the open door and the open conversation and being able to really have them talk to you without you like, because some parents back in the day, and I'm not saying, but they'd be like, you look like you want to ask a question, but someone's like, oh, what? No, what you doing that? What? I can't believe, like, it's like, no, 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 no. Okay, this is you. I'm glad you came and asked me. I'm glad we were able to have a conversation. All right. And if any of your friends are doing this, just, because there's been times now, yeah, I'm now about to say their name, but anyways, one of my kids have come to me and said, okay, and they've gone back to some of their friends and even family, cousin, different ones, like, yeah, no, that's this and that's that. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm glad that she's able to kind of stand up for herself and explain that and willing to access that. So again, I think it goes back to the open door. It goes back to allowing them to experience it. Again, these are just my opinions. Raise your child, however, but I find that open door is such a big thing because it allows you to get, like I said, to help and also showing affection or affirming them in who they are so that their friends don't tell them who they are, that their friends become the open door of influence of how they operate and move through their lives. Their friends can't be their door of decision making and their level of understanding because affirmation helps open up the door of a lot of what people will accept. Because if I affirm you, you'll accept stuff I'll give you, and it may not be right. And that's how it starts with friendships. But I think the first people that have to affirm their children has to be the ones who are their guardians, their parents, those that have the sphere of influence from the jump have to be the ones that give that great affirmation. Because if they don't, and there's times, and I could just, like I said, I'm being really transparent now. I know I'm talking too much, but Dylan, I be trying to be so hard on him because he got 3 sisters. Like I'm like, bull, you know, you this, that, and third. But then there's times I have to pull him aside, and I just grab him his head, and boy, I'm like, I love you, and I just kiss his forehead or something like that. She kisses his forehead every night. I just can't. It's just every night. So I'm like, you get enough of it from mommy anyway. So, you know. Anything else you want to add about that? Okay. All right. Last thing, just for like 2 minutes because it's time to go get off. We put on their ugly feet.
We didn't put that actually. Sorry.
Oh man.
The apostle put that because he was thinking about washing feet.
I know. Okay.
Like the Bible.
Let me tell you something, y'all. If I wash feet, I'm telling you, man, the sky gonna crack open. Tifa, you know it. I'm telling you. But
I will wash people's feet.
Now, you know, this one church, I know they wash feet. You know, they put the person's foot over top. This might be the closest thing I'll probably do to it. The person had their foot over the bucket, and they just took water, they just poured water.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
That's what they did. They didn't touch their feet. There's one church I know. They took water and they just poured water on their feet.
I'll put a little soap in that bucket, swish it around.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, if I wash people's
I'll be like,
feet,
and Jesus said, you take your hand.
I'm telling you,
and massage your foot.
Listen, if I wash somebody's feet at church, y'all better believe, either Jesus is coming back the next day, or we're about to experience a crazy miracle. Apostle Sheldon, what's up, bro?
Hey.
I feel that calling. Yeah, man. I listen, bro. I love it, man. I love it, bro. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I'm telling y'all, but yeah, if we wash somebody's feet, I'm telling you right now, y'all, it might.
Oh no, that's not.
If I do, I'm telling you right now, that means a miracle. Like the water is going to like jump out the bucket, like something crazy.
Feet I'm gonna be washing is the ones in this house.
You wash my feet?
Yeah, I'll wash your feet. I would still pour a bucket of water on them.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'll just swish it around and then just take
a
scrub brush and be like.
If I ask you to wash my feet for real with your hands, you won't wash my feet?
No, that is disgusting.
Y'all need to stop, man. Stop. Don't lie to the saints, man. Come on, we different. We one flesh.
I know. I wash your feet.
I wash your feet too,
but with fear and trembling. Oh man. If I touch somebody's feet, I'm also going to follow
for the old school stuff by
eating the washing. Oh gosh, I wash feet every day, but not when they throwing gang signs at me.
Oh, well, I didn't catch that at first. Now I got it. I got it now. I got it now, Jazz. I was lost for a second. Oh yeah, some people got gang signs.
Feet washing.
I'm telling you, me and Pat, I shouldn't even say that. Like if I see a set of bad feet, y'all, I'm terrible. Patsy, y'all, we terrible. If we see a set of bad feet, we'll take a picture of them and laugh later. We don't do that in church, though.
Yeah, we don't do that.
We don't do it in church. We do it like
in church. We just pray for their toes. Deliverance power.
Say something. Wash your feet. You know what's so funny? We do it like at like the worst feet we be seeing is Dylan's Karate because everybody got their feet out, and Dylan's Karate place they have adults there too. Yeah, I know. I still got that picture that I was like, Jesus. This lady's feet looked like it was in witchcraft.
Her feet looked like they was casting spells.
No, her feet looked like they was the spell. Casting. Her feet look like it was. Her feet look like wrong turn. Her feet like somebody cast a spell on them Jones. Them Jones went from Beauty to the Beast, boy, in a second. Her feet was about to die.
They went through hellfire and brimstone.
Yeah, her feet had the last rose petal. Them things was stuck forever, for eternity.
Her feet was one of the 10 plagues.
Listen, them things was terrible. Them things was terrible,
I'm laughing. Man. We used to do that a while ago. We stopped.
Yeah, Jamie, we talking about feet at the end now. Last like a couple minutes.
Like try to say jokes based on like using the Bible.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I
never understood why people think feet are
sweet to dust.
Naja said she never understood why people think feet are so nasty.
Really?
So you like feet, Naja?
Okay.
Do you like rubbing feet and stuff? Not your own, other people's.
Okay, this is the thing about feet. All right, so I love my wife's feet.
Feet don't bother me at all. However, I would. Oh, feet don't bother you either, Katrina?
No.
However, I would need everyone to sign a pedicure waiver or something first.
No.
Well, we know who to come to if we do have a foot. We got a foot washing service.
Y'all can do
Jasmine, Anasia, and Katrina. We'll just assign and be head over.
Katrina Edmonds. Okay, my assistant. Go ahead. You can assist washing feet. I only love this person's feet right here. That's it. As far as a grown person, I'm sorry. Nobody else's feet I'm touching except for these.
Feet.
Everybody else's feet can have at it.
Church mother with these feet. Woo, that water was special. Y'all going in. I gotta make sure my feet on point.
Listen, yo.
It's just natural habit. Like Apostle will look at somebody's feet and like his eyes will just be stuck there for a minute, and that makes me laugh. Like I'll start laughing.
Jesus.
But you know what? That's so funny though, because people do that. Just like if, like, for instance, if somebody has something like,
oh man, here we go.
Be quiet. Nope, I'm gonna stop right there.
Absolutely not, Sheldon. I'm not washing nobody's feet in no ordination service. That is not happening.
Well, Tifa, you don't have to you just have to bring your feet. And then Katrina, Nasia, and who else was that? And Jasmine gonna.
If somebody's feet look terrible, I might throw up. Somebody gonna say I got a demon or something. Somebody's feet look terrible.
You gotta watch my feet at my ordination service. Oh, I guess he's saying watch. Feet are feet. I'm cool with it.
Somebody was like, Apostle got a demon. I'm like, nah, man.
Oh, Jamelin do feet too. Yeah, so if we do a foot washing service,
all right, hey, okay.
Since y'all okay with it, that's fine. That's okay. That's a blessing.
Okay, all right, y'all. Listen, you know how some churches.
I'm not even gonna act like I am.
Some churches like the pastors may have like baptism service, and the pastors don't really be baptizing. They be having the ministers do it. Listen, the Lord told me foot washing service. Y'all gonna have at it.
Let me write that down. Jamelin, Katrina,
y'all gonna have at it. Y'all gonna have at it because I ain't doing it. I am not doing it.
Yeah, but
somebody gonna take them socks on feet, gonna be sweating, stinking.
I'm sorry. Ugh. I mean, because we have when we have people, even like some little kids that come to the spa sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Their feet are a little different, but it's just like, it's little kids, they can't help it. Like you feel like adults, you feel like now you can wash your feet because you're a grown adult and you can put lotion on so they're not chapped. But it's a little bit different with the children's.
Listen, I can end up at one. Don't mean I'm gonna be doing it though. I'm saying
you can end up. I'll be watching and praying. Watch and pray.
I mean, I've been to foot washing services. It's just that I don't do it. I've seen them now. I just, they're past our time. That's tradition. That's
I was about to say.
That's ancient of days. That's when they had sandals and their feet was just looking like Fred Flintstones.
Wow, that's so nice.
Right. Yeah, you should take pictures of my face. I probably because that I wouldn't last. But that's one of the times my face would probably that's the one time my face probably will be tore up because if somebody take their shoes off and them feet look bad, I promise y'all I can't keep my face together. Oh no. Buckets
gonna come from the back.
From the back.
That's fine. And I'm gonna still be watching.
I enjoy getting pedicure. I don't even enjoy getting pedicures. I do it so that I can enjoy looking at them. You know what? I ain't got a pedicure in so long. I like getting them though because it just feels nice. But I haven't got a pedicure, I think, since you opened up the shop because you told me the chemicals is bad with everything. So
and then sometimes sometimes the digging and stuff, sometimes they go a little bit. And I guess it's according to where you go, making sure that their utensils and everything they're using is really sanitized. Because I had a friend that went and she got
Jazz. She got good. You're talking about if I go there. Okay, I got you.
From the nail salon.
Yeah.
And went through a lot with that. So that made me more so nah, you gotta just polish my own toes.
Yeah,
I need to teach the kids so that it's
yeah, there's a thing and I mean we don't be having really nobody at our house anyway, but
you want me to polish your toenails?
No, I'm okay.
Oh, okay. I can clip them and polish them.
I might need you can polish my hands.
You want me to polish? I can polish put some red toenail polish on your toes. for church tomorrow.
See, why you be extra?
That'd be cute. You can wear some sandals and a red top.
Extra.
What color you wearing tomorrow?
I'm wearing that color. It's called none of your business.
Wait, how did that go? None is in the business. I forgot how it go. You remember?
It's on that show you're watching.
I know.
What's it called? Big City Greens. He said it's in the business district. He said, where are you going? He said, none yet. It's in the business district.
Okay. Is that how it go?
Dylan Yane. Dylan Yane Dynasty.
Mask and gloves, you'll be fine. Yes, that's what we use at the spa. Mask and gloves. Okay, so yeah,
I think it's none yet.
It's defective.
So where are you going? He said none yet. It's in the business district.
When she says it.
I think I got
you
it
should
right.
let her. You should do that though.
Do
it's
what?
probably the last week of summer. You should wear your toes out. No, I'm serious. So the Saints can see your feet.
My face is as serious as the way I'm looking at you right now.
So that's a no?
That's a hard no. Child, you know I never wear my feet out. The only time I wear my feet out unless we're on vacation in a foreign land.
I really think I know what I'm gonna do.
Do what you want to do. I'm not gonna have my feet out in no church. You're preaching the gospel.
Oh no. I'm saying, yeah, you don't have to have your toes out right then. But I'm saying we could do your toes to match your shirt. Whatever color you wearing. I'm gonna polish Apostle's toes. Watch.
I promise y'all she won't. She's just talking real crazy right now because she's online.
Okay, so
I guarantee you will not do that.
You don't think I'll polish your toes?
Child, you barely got time to do yours.
Yeah, but I do them. I mean, I need to do them over again. But exactly. I'm just saying, I would like to do yours. It's easier for me to do yours.
How many days?
Than mine, because I got other stuff
exactly,
to do.
Trey. What's up, boy? Exactly. Ain't nobody doing that.
Okay.
Stop, child. You tripping. You really tripping.
I'm gonna polish them like I did that lipstick. I did Apostle's makeup one time. Me and Yane. Are you finished? You gonna say something else?
No, that's it. That's a true story though. That's because I was sleeping. I was tired, and my oldest daughter and my wife was putting lipstick on me while I'm trying to sleep. Yo, y'all a trip, man.
So I'm gonna polish your toes. If you get smart again, I'm gonna polish your toes. Just know. That's it. That settles it. Okay.
How you polish my toes? You know I go to sleep with the covers on me.
Child,
I can feel the cover lift off me.
Nah, dog.
Yeah, dog.
When you get into a certain point, you ain't gonna feel it high and lifted up. I'm gonna get them toes. I'm gonna bless them with some color. Come on, we gotta get off.
Get off here then.
Cause you supposed to
gotta close out. I'm not praying. I'm gonna close out.
Like, you gotta close out.
Like we at church or something.
We are.
I can't tonight, man. All right, y'all. Holla at y'all, man.
Holla. Oh, girl, dad. I know. Y'all think I'm playing. Y'all gonna see.
Brian on here now talking about paint them Jones pink.
Wait, where? Oh, I didn't even see.
He got his
pink.
Hector.
We got one
that's
pink.
Brian.
I'm gonna take your word. I'm gonna paint them pink. I got pink polish upstairs too.
You married that since pray for her. All right, y'all. KO, I'll see y'all in the morning. If you want to come see us tomorrow morning, if you'll be a guest at our church, we'll be there 10 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Yes.
All right.
Excited, and we're doing the
200
movie
Eastlake Drive.
Mania.
I'm finishing Creed 3.
Actually, I'm about to try to watch that if it don't watch me.
You already watched it.
I know, but I want to watch it again because it's like since when we do Movie Mania, I like to watch it the Saturday before. I'm trying to finish
watching what we was watching last night.
Okay, child, you gonna go to sleep?
No, I'm not. I'm not going to sleep yet.
Look at you. You ready to go to sleep now?
Child, I'm not going to sleep. I'll probably be up studying for Lindenwall. I ain't going to sleep yet.
Okay. So we shall see.
All right,
y'all. But love y'all. Thanks for getting on.
Holla at y'all.
Thanks for hopefully I got some laughter and stuff.
All right, raise up your kids right.
Yeah, supplies for the kids tomorrow.
Dang, Katrina.
Back to school supplies.
Just watch 3. You'll be okay.
Oh my gosh! Wow. Yeah, watch 3.
You'll be all right.
Because 3 is kind of like anyway.
It's its own kind of. Yeah. It's connected, but it is connected. But you can watch 1 and 2. You have to watch together in a sense. 3, you can watch it by itself, but you rather still watch.
Especially if you saw that one don't.
No, that's what I said. They got nothing to do with Rocky.
The first 2.
The first 2 do absolutely do.
So yeah, 3 is kind of like on its own. Yeah,
kind of Creed 3 is like its own movie.
Okay, she says she's following though.
Okay, it's better to watch.
Okay, what was the other thing? I forgot the other movie.
What?
Never mind. Maybe I shouldn't even say it. The movie we were supposed to watch.
Me and you?
The movie Katrina said, is it 7 pounds?
Oh man. 7 something of success.
Secrets of Success.
Something like that.
The Secret Life of Pets.
My mom said, do profit suddenly next. Profit suddenly next.
My mom said, do profit suddenly next. Yeah, see, Secret of My Success.
Profit suddenly. That's a movie?
Next. Oh, that's a movie. Profit Suddenly. No, she making that up.
I'm about to look it up real quick and see.
Oh, she says a movie. Profit Suddenly.
There it is. Yeah, Profit Suddenly. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I can't do that. It's a movie. It's actually a Christian.
Spoof?
So this is the thing, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all what I do. It is a movie. No, it's not a spoof.
Okay.
It's I forgot Jenny had posted that movie too, and everybody kept on watching it. So this is one thing I do for Movie Mania. Movie Mania, I try not to teach on a movie that's already preaching itself.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I don't do movies that already have a
what was the movie? The War Room.
Yeah, someone had mentioned that to me. They're like, do War Room. I'm like,
yeah,
it preaches itself.
Yeah.
I try to do movies that don't actually have any kind of, you're not thinking anything through the gospel.
Right.
Like when I did Django, that's just, or
Get Out.
Get Out's my favorite.
Lion King was good too.
Yeah, Lion King was borderline because that's like the gospel close. That's why I was nervous about doing it.
It was good.
Yeah. Get Out.
What was the other one? Man on Fire.
Man on Fire. I have a whole lot more.
Yeah, what were they?
I did Infinite, the last one. Man on Fire. I did a little bit of Power too.
I thought so.
I did Power.
Yeah.
With Ghost and Tommy and all that.
That was pretty good too. Home Alone. I don't think nobody could forget that one. Home Alone, because it was during COVID.
Yeah, that was a perfect movie to preach.
Overboard. Yes, it was. Overboard would be a good one. I haven't seen Overboard and stuff. So
yeah, Get Out, man. I'm telling y'all, I gotta find that. It's online.
You know what? I'm gonna try to find. I'm gonna try to see if I can find all the Movie Manias and try to put them in.
Yeah, Get Out was my favorite.
I don't know if you can group them all together or not. I guess you can. Can you group videos together on Facebook?
I think you can. Yeah, you can. Yeah, Get Out was my favorite just because it was just. Yeah, it was just. Did I do that for a whole month? Or did it just for I think I did it for the whole month. At least 2 Sundays.
Yeah, I know you did 2 Sundays. I'm not sure.
You know what else I did though too?
Equalizer.
I like Toy Story when I did that.
Yeah, Toy Story was good too.
Because I did all 3 movies, all 4 movies. I did all 4 movies. I did it 4 weeks.
Yeah, Toy Story was good. All right, we said we was getting off
Yep.
10
See y'all. Enjoy the rest of y'all night.
Jordan Peele is deep. That last one, that was like that one with that little flying,
that monkey.
What was that? No, that fly. Remember that flying
that was with the
thing
monkey.
At the end? It was a monkey.
It was a monkey. Remember he started killing everybody. Like it was like he was acting crazy on the set.
No, you remember that big like balloon kind of thing?
The monkey was in that one.
Oh, you saying was just in it?
Yeah. The one time they killed everybody on set. One time they couldn't control the monkey.
I didn't understand. I kept waiting. The only reason I watched it because we wanted to turn it off closer to the beginning because we was like, "What is going on?" So we just kept watching because we thought it was gonna.
His 3 movies went from good to okay to bad. Like I thought, Get Out was definitely the best. The second one was okay. It was all right. With the girl with the
that was
family.
Us, I think.
Us was okay. It wasn't bad. And then that third one was.
I got lost a little. Us, but yeah, in the third,
Us was like really just gory, but it was it had some deep stuff on that. Yeah. All right, y'all. Holla at y'all.
Night. Revenge of the Sith.
I ain't never seen that.
Good night.
Okay, where's the thing at?
I'm not sure.
Revenge of the Sith, huh?
I never saw that.
Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, you saw that before?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
I ain't never seen that.
It was another one too. That was
what
coming up? Oh, I thought it was another one.
That sounds so funny what Devine just said. Us mess with me. Us mess with me. If you wasn't thinking about the movie, Us messed with me.
Star Wars.
Oh man, Star Wars. I ain't watched hardly none of them things. I need to watch them though.
I never watched none of those either.
I watched the original.
Did you see Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, you didn't see none.
None of them. None of the Lord of the Rings.
Shut up.
No.
I didn't. Yeah, you gotta watch
Star
those.
Star Wars series is where Eric's movie comes from.
Star Wars series is where Eric's movie comes from. I think I understood that.
Night.
All right, y'all. Good night.